Mm, Hello everyone. So today my topic is about class component and the sorry class component and the functional component. So if you want to learn React, I would suggest that you should there is a online editor available if you really want to learn React. So its name is Code Sandbox, where you can get a free of cost React editor where that you can use for testing purposes. So now my basic I'm going to describe the difference between functional component, class component. Functional component you can also say as stateless component, and on the other side class component we can mention as stateful component. So if you really want to learn React and want to get into it in the web development and the React Native part, so you should know about these two building blocks of React: functional component and class component that you are going to use in the whole web app or the mobile app in the React Native. So all the React is based upon these component things. So everything in React is a component. So suppose I am going to say here heading welcome. You can see it's it. Now I'm going to write this welcome. Uh, it's just representing a heading welcome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it in. I'm going to create a welcome component, but as you are saying that welcome is just displaying a welcome note, so I am going to create a stateless component. So if you in the stateless component you create it as a simple like a function like this here, and it return a React component like I'm returning it in div, and here I'm saying welcome. Yeah, it works. We can also say it as a we can use it for rendering of our view mainly. So we made a view component of the welcome, so we can use it as many times as we want. You can see if I use it 4 times, 4 times welcome is here. I hope you are done with the functional component. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment sections. So this is the basic thing of the rendering of a view. So there is no life in it. It is just representing a view. But if we talk about the stateful component, that is a class component. Like here I said ask my name. So this is a class component. So I need to use a class. As you can see, it is saying that ask name is not defined. So before creating a class, it always extend a component from React and it render, and inside of render it return the component like we return the component here. So I'm going to say it like my name is Arjun. Okay. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it works, but it is not doing anything. It is looking very lazy because it's just showing my name. It isn't doing anything exciting. can say. So if you want to put a life inside of ask my name component, you need to declare its state. So how we declare a state? Before declaring a state, we always use a constructor, and inside of the constructor we need to pass the props, and before calling a state we need to call a super function. If you won't call a super function, it will create problem for us. Yeah, so I'm going to declare a state here, like name is Arjun. So I'm going to use this name here. So how I use it? This dot state dot name. See, name. But still it is looking boring because it has a state of name, but it isn't dynamic, so we can't it isn't looking that meaningful. So what I just want to change this name to another name. For this, let's create a button. Change the name to Aman, let's say. So what I want to say that I want to change the name of the component. Let's delete these extra components. So I want to change this Arjun name to Aman. So there is this button is also a component. You can see that everything that is wrapped inside of these HTML like tags. So this is the component in the React. So you can see button take a props one on click, and on clicking on the button I'm going to change the name. So if you want to change anything inside of the state, we need to use the setState function, and always remember setState takes an object, okay, because this dot state is an object. So we are going to change the state of the name, so I'm going to pass name here to Aman. Let's see what happened. Yeah, I click the name to the Aman, it changed it to the Aman. Let's run it again. So here you can see now it is looking meaningful because ask my name, this function is doing some job. It is changing name on clicking on the function. So we can say that. So this is the main difference between the stateless component and the stateless component. A stateless component doesn't have any state. They are not much used. They are not used for logical things like changing name, putting some data, changing that data, doing some calculation on data. That is not meant for the stateless component. So if you want to do this kind of the calculation, change the name of anyone, want to calculate something, like if I'm going to count here, what I say that I'm going to change the count every time to this dot state dot count +1. Okay, so and suppose we want to display the count. Yeah, you can see that you can see that this function is now counting. What welcome component is doing, this component is doing, it is only displaying, but this component is doing some job. There is life in it, you can see. So this is the main difference between the stateless and the stateful component. Stateless. I hope you cleared both the topics, and in my next video I will dig more into the state thing, and I will tell you more about the state, how to work with state, how to declare a component, how to plan your component, and after that I will let you know about the props, this on click. Like you can make your custom props if you want in your component. Like if I want to pass any prop here. I can make as many props as I want. So I will explain this thing in the next video. Thank you everyone. Have a good night.